Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer, where we are dealing with the Penal Code. Today, we are asking, have you ever stolen somebody's biro? Have you ever stolen somebody's phone? Have you ever stolen a banana belonging to somebody? Have you ever eaten chakula ya mtu mwingine? Have you ever been a thief? Biblically, religiously, theft is a sin against God. But what is it that we call theft? Let us look at the definition of theft and what is able to be stolen and what is the punishment for theft. Section 267 provides for what can be stolen. We have got to identify what can be stolen. What can be stolen in 267.1 is every inanimate thing, whatever which is the property of any person and which is movable is capable of being stolen. Anything that is movable, that belongs to somebody else. That is the first thing we are defining. It must be something that does not belong to you, and it must be movable. 2, every inanimate thing which is the property of another person and which is capable of being made movable is capable of being stolen as it becomes movable. So there are things that are not movable. Structures that are mounted on the ground. If you cut, for example, a tree is not movable. But the moment you cut it and you steal it, you go with it, then you have committed an offense called theft. 3, every tame animal, whether tame by nature or wild by nature, and subsequently tamed, which is the property of another person. Any animal that is tamed, the cows, the pets, the dogs, the cats, or if it is a wild animal, that an ostrich is a wild animal, but it is tamed by Omari. A rabbit is a wild animal, but it is tamed by Omari. If you steal it, my friend, that is an offense called theft. 4, animals wild by nature of any kind, which is not ordinarily found in a condition of natural liberty in Kenya, which are the property of any person and which are usually kept in a state or confinement, are capable of being stolen. There are animals that are wild, lions, leopards, buffaloes, but they are kept in private conservancies. You go there and steal an animal from there, then your defense is that, but this is a lion. Lion don't belongs to anybody. Whoever owns that conservancy, those crocodiles that have been taken and they are kept, those tortoises that have been taken and they are kept, in hotels, in zoos, in all over. If you steal those animals, you are in for it. 6, any animal wild by nature is deemed to be in a state of confinement, so long as it is in a den, a cage, a sty, a tank, or any small enclosure. 7, wild animals in the enjoyment of their natural liberty are not capable of being stolen, but their dead bodies are capable of being stolen. Get this. Animals in the wild cannot be stolen, but their dead bodies are capable of being stolen. So if you kill a wild animal, then you take the carcass, you take the meat, then you have stolen. Don't worry. This is Court Helicopter telling you. Now you know you can steal a carcass, a dead body, a dead animal, and you'll be arrested and be charged for having stolen a carcass of a dead body of an animal. Lastly, everything produced by or forming part of the body of an animal capable of being stolen is capable of being stolen. A part of an animal, you go, you say you are not killing an elephant, you only removed one tusk. The animal is alive, my friend. That you have stolen that tusk. Any part of an animal, the horn of the rhinoceros, if you remove it, then that is theft. You're now knowing what is theft. Information is capable of being stolen. Also information. Do you know if you hack into court helicopter and steal information, any form of information can be stolen. Those are the things under section 267. Then what is the definition of stealing? 268. A person who fraudulently and without claim of right takes anything capable of being stolen or fraudulently converts to the use of any person other than the general or special owner thereof, any property is said to have stolen that property. If you take what is not yours or convert to use what is not yours without the lawful authority of the owner or without the lawful authority of the person who has been given to be the custodian of that thing, you have committed an offense of theft. 2. A person who takes anything capable of being stolen or who converts any property is deemed to do so fraudulently if he does so with any of the following intents. That is to say, 1, an intent permanently to deprive the general or special owner. You intend to take that thing permanently. 2, you have an intent to use the thing as a pledge to security. Your intention was to steal Omari's phone, take it and pledge it somewhere. You are a changa drinker. You have no money to take changa. You steal Bramwell's microphone, take it there as a pledge. You give it to the Shylock. You give it to Mama Pima. She gives you a glass of changa. That is theft. 3, you have an intent to part with it on condition as to its return which the person taking or converting it may be unable to perform. Or you take Cyrus's radio and you say, for me to return this radio to you, Cyrus, you must give me 5,000 shillings. That is theft. D, your intention is to deal with it in such a manner that it cannot be returned in the condition which it was at the time of taking. You take this thing, destroy it. You take this thing, change it. If your intention was to destroy its usability, that is theft. E, in the case of money, if, listen to money, because this is where most people get into problem. In the case of money, your intention is to use it at the will of the person who takes or converts it, although he may intend afterwards to repay the amount to the owner. Have you stolen money, but your intention is you want to use it, later you'll pay back. Your child is unwell. You steal money, pay it to the hospital. Then when the owner gets, you say, no, sorry, I was intending to return that money. The intention of returning does not help you. That is theft. 3, when a thing is stolen or is converted, it is immaterial whether it is taken for the purpose of conversion or whether it was the time. So the purpose does not matter. Any time you have taken somebody's property, you will be held liable. And if you do this, you'll get a punishment that we are going to talk about, what is the punishment for that. Then we go to special cases. When in section 269, when a factor or an agent pledges or gives a lien on any goods or documents of title to goods entrusted to him for the purpose of sale or otherwise for any sum of money not greater than the amount due to him from his principal at the time of pledging or giving the lien, together with the amount of any bill of exchange, that person is deemed to have committed a theft. 270. Funds. If you have been given funds and you steal those funds, that is theft. Then we have money received. You are an agent. You have been given money to transport that money from Kisumu to Nairobi. You are a boda rider. Yours is to get a parcel from one place, deliver it somewhere. You take that parcel that has money, you disappear with it. You get that parcel that contains photos, you disappear with it. That is money received, funds received as an agent. 272, money received for another. I have given you this money, go and give it to somebody else. Do you know, if you use that money, that is theft. The money that you were given for somebody else, that is under 272. 273, theft by person having an interest in the thing stolen. If you have an interest in that thing and you steal it, my friend, you will still go home. You will still be arrested and be charged under 273. A husband and a wife. This is very, very controversial. Can a husband steal from a wife? Can a wife steal from a husband? Let us hear what the law says. A person who, while a man and his wife are living together, procures either of them to deal with anything which is to his knowledge the property of the other, in a manner which could be theft if they were not married, is deemed to have stolen the thing and may be charged with theft. Today you know. If you steal your wife's money, you get into the kibeti, take 10 shillings from the kibeti. Women, at night, your husband comes, he hangs his trousers there. At midnight you wake up, get into the kibeti, the purse, steal 1,000 shillings. That is theft. So now you know. You cannot say, I could not steal from my wife. I cannot steal from my husband. Anyway, whatever my husband has, whatever my wife has, belongs to us. That is not the position of the law. You will be arrested and be charged for having stolen from your wife, for having stolen from your husband. If a husband or a wife can be arrested and be charged for theft, what about a boyfriend and a girlfriend? What about fiancés? That one is automatic. You'll go in for theft of a property of a girlfriend, for theft of a property of a boyfriend. Marital status does not. So if we are telling you this, don't go saying that, because you'll be told, read section 7 of the Penal Code. Ignorance of the law is no defense against the law. What is the punishment? Section 275, the punishment for all these types of thefts. Any person who steals, if found guilty, will be imprisoned for 3 years. 3 years, any form of theft. My God, you mean Omari can go in for 3 years for having stolen 5 shillings of his wife? What fire extinguisher is coming? Then we have 276, stealing of wills. We dealt with writing of wills in the law of succession. If you write a will and somebody steals that will, what does it mean? If the thing stolen is a will, whether the tester is living or dead, the offender is liable to imprisonment for 10 years. If you steal a will, whether the one who wrote the will is alive or dead, you go in for 10 years. What about stealing of mails, letters, people's emails, people's letters? If you steal a letter, you will go in for 10 years. What about stealing of animals, stock theft? Bandits steal animals. If you come from where animals are, theft of stock, what is there? If you are found to have stolen any animal, if the thing stolen is any of the following things, that is to say, if you steal a horse, if you steal a mare, if you steal a gelding, if you steal an ass, if you steal a mule, if you steal a camel, if you steal an ostrich, if you steal a bull, remember the bull of Alwale, if you steal it, or the camels of my senior counsel, Amenasir, if you steal a cow, the Pastor Ezekiel's cows, if you steal the ox, if you steal a ram, if you steal the ewe, whether you steal a goat or a pig or the young thereof of all these, my friend, you will go in for 14 years. Wow! Just a goat. The value of a goat, 700 shillings. Kokina Uko Kambani, Kokina Cyrus is 700 shillings. 600 shillings. You are risking to go in for 14 years. What about stealing of a motor vehicle? Have you ever thought of stealing a motor vehicle? What does the law say? Stealing of a motor vehicle. 278A. If the thing stolen is a motor vehicle, you will go in for 7 years. What about stealing of the fishing gear? Those guys at the coast, the fishermen have their nets. You go to Lake Naivasha, Lake Nakuru, the fishermen have their gear of fishing. You go to Lake Victoria, the fishermen and the fisherwomen have their own gear. What if you steal those nets? You'll be imprisoned for 5 years. Then we have section 279, stealing from the person and stealing goods in transit. If you steal goods in transit, these things are going to Uganda. These things are going to Djibouti. They have been imported from Mombasa. They are going to Tanzania. Highway robbers at Mulolongo. Highway robbers at Maimayu. Highway robbers on Mombasa Road. Highway robbers on Malaba Road, Eldoret Maraba Road, and all those roads. You intercept, tear the... Have you seen those guys who, as the lorry is moving at night, the boys jump up, cut the tarpaulin, get some goods, and those goods were for transit. You'll go in for 14 years. What if you steal by persons in the public service? If you are a public servant and you steal anything from the public service, section 280, you will go in for 7 years. What about clerks and servants? You are a clerk, you are a servant employed in a law firm. Clerks or servants, employees who steal from their bosses, you'll go in for 7 years. What about stealing by directors or officers of the company? Do you know you can steal from your own company? The law we shall be dealing with in 2 weeks' time, the company law, that there is a difference between the owner of the company and the company. You are different from the company. Your company is another person. You are another person. What if the director steals? Then it is, if the one is a director, you'll go in for 7 years. What about stealing by agents? Those ones who are agents. You pay rent to an agent. The agent does not remit the money to the landlord. He steals by virtue of an agent. He will go in, or she will go in for 7 years. What about stealing by tenants or lodgers? Have you ever gone to a lodging? Have you ever gone to a hotel and you steal a tissue paper? You steal a towel? You steal the toothpaste from a hotel, from a lodging? Have you ever stolen sandals? Have you ever known why in those low-end lodgings the slippers, one is red, the other one is blue? Because you are the thief. Do you know that is a serious offense? How does the law deal with that? If you are found to have been a lodger and you have stolen, you'll go in for 7 years. If you have stolen and you have been convicted for 3 years, and you steal again, we call you a recidivist, a repeat offender. If you continuously repeat, those guys who go to supermarkets and shoplift, those guys who go to the supermarket and steal a perfume, those guys who go to the supermarket and steal a chewing gum, and again you are arrested and you are found twice, you will go in for 7 years. So that is how bad it is. If you conceal registers, you'll go in for 10 years. If you conceal the wills, you'll go under section 287, 7 years. Concealing deeds, if you conceal a deed, 288, you go in for 3 years. If you are killing an animal with intent to steal that animal, 289, you'll go in for 7 years. If you fraudulently dispose the mortgaged property, you'll go in for 7 years. Therefore, if you all do these things, you will be punished. Wakili Dansan Omari tells you, wacha wizi. Stop having the intent to steal from somebody. Work hard. Work hard. And take your jeans off. Take your coat off. Wear sports gear. Run away from crime. Because ignorance of the law about theft is no defense against the law. Keep watching Court Helicopter News. We always bring you the explainer of the laws of this country. Happy New Year from Court Helicopter News. Wakili Dansan Omari.